My name is Joe Saul. I'm an adoptee, a psychotherapist, and the author of Adoption Healing, A Path to Recovery. Coercion and the single mother experience. Adoption workers are biased towards adoption. They have to be. It's how their salaries get paid. Once involved in a pregnant woman's life, they tend to steer her into adoption, especially after introducing potential adoptive parents into her pregnancy, labor, and delivery. So-called open adoptions are most often a scam. Most close soon after the agreement is signed. The mother then has no legal recourse to enforce the agreement in most states. Mothers interred in maternity homes were removed from school. They were forced to live away from their homes, forced to use first names and last initial only, or false name. They were barred from contact with their baby's fathers, which prevented some potential marriages. They were not allowed to write or call anyone not on approved lists. Incoming and outgoing mail was censored. They were not allowed visits from friends. They were given a daily mantra of, "Your baby needs a two-parent family, and you are not worthy or capable of keeping the baby. You are not worthy of being a mom." Many mothers were not told they had a right to visit their baby in foster care. Many mothers were not told about welfare or child support available to help them keep their baby. Many mothers were not told they had a period of time in which to reclaim their baby. Many mothers were told that their babies were already promised to married couples, even before giving birth and prior to leaving the maternity home. From what I understand, after almost 30 years of counseling and helping mothers whose babies were removed from them when they were willing and able to parent, these mothers were not abandoning mothers. They were not unloving, uncaring mothers. Their youth and vulnerability was used against them. For those who were in maternity homes and not working so they could make a living, which would have helped them keep their babies, this was used against them, as many were told that they had to pay the bill before they could claim their child. These so-called homes were punitive and institutional. They were nothing more than holding cells for mothers who were led to surrender because they were offered no other option but adoption. I cannot imagine being in a more terrifying and vulnerable situation than being pregnant and resourceless. These women were so easily brainwashed by those so eager to take their babies. These mothers were not told of the lifelong effects of surrender, of living life without their child or children. They were not warned about the trauma they would endure, that they would suffer a lifetime of post-traumatic stress disorder, which caused many not to have subsequent children, which has caused many to have severe depression, which caused them to live a life suffering from disenfranchised grief, a grief not recognized by society. They gave birth, but had no celebration of a new life, no baby shower, no congratulations from friends. Their babies were taken as if they had died, yet there was no funeral, no support, no comfort whatever. They were left to cope completely alone after being taught by agencies and others to lie about where they had been and why. They were terrorized into silence for decades. They have suffered from nightmares and health disorders. There are 8 million mothers of adoption lost in the United States, many of whom still live in fear of being discovered. Having never told anyone about the child they were coerced to surrender, not even their husbands, not even their subsequent children, no one. These mothers need help so they can heal, so they can understand that they had no choice, that they were literally brainwashed, that what was done to them was wrong, unethical, inhumane, that the people who should have helped them instead helped themselves to their newborns, that they had no support from anyone, that they had no choice, that their babies were removed from them simply because they were not married and didn't have income or a husband or a family to protect them, to support them. I believe it true that the horrors of war pale beside the loss of a baby. I believe we need to do something to help these women heal. I believe we must.